sort of what you wanted to see tonight. I mean, those veteran guys that you sort of need to take another step, taking that step, and the younger guys that you need to take another step up, doing that as well.
Yeah, I thought it was a great all-around effort. Obviously, X made some big saves for us tonight when we need him, especially in the second period that we had some breakdowns. But yeah, I mean, there's young kids out there. I thought they're growing from last game. I thought they played great last game, the kids, and they could see it again. And obviously, Madge getting his first game in Mailer and Miedema and those guys, Christopoulos, I thought was great. Piersey and that whole line. So yeah, we're seeing what we need to see here early, but we got a lot of work to do. But again, it's fun to see these guys succeed early.
And you still got some battle guys. I mean, the two young kids that got brought up on defense to sort of compete for a spot.
Yeah, we're looking for another defenseman. Obviously, seventh area right now, and I thought they were both fine. I thought they did a good job, made some good plays, and helped out in the win. So it's nice to see those guys step in and do a good job.
I know Miedema was first round pick in that from last year. When you got him up with that top line today, trying to get him to sort of find that next step.
Yeah, I mean, we were having fun there calling the 3M line, but they were great. We're gonna need Miedema to be a big time producer on our team this year. There's no questions. We're gonna need him to fill. We're playing like Johnny's not coming back, and that's our mentality right now. It's not a fun mentality, but it is what it is. And Miedema, even game 1 to game 2, you can see him getting a little more confident again. I think last year in that playoff run, it was obvious he wasn't playing a lot, and then guys get down. So I think he's done a great job and had a good game tonight.
Is there still a little bit of a rivalry with these two? Or
I think so. Yeah, obviously with last year's series, taking them out in 7, I think someone wrote on the board like game 8. So I know it's only preseason, but we're trying to run this thing back, and we got to keep going, especially in these harder games where Flint's a good team like us.
Talk about that first game, the second game, and the progress. At least I don't know how much you get out of practice in a week, or how much just getting used to getting back into action.
Yeah, obviously we went late, but full summer off. 9-10 weeks, whatever it was for the returning guys. So shorter summer coming back. Didn't play a game for that long, so it's gonna get used to. That's what preseason is for, and we had some veteran, older guys not playing yesterday, and same as today. So we'll be ready come October 1st.
How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good. I definitely feel like I got a little faster over the summer, and that was my main focus. So pretty good, to be honest.
You're feeling like you're getting better every single day of camp?
Yeah. Camp, it's kind of an underrated thing. The 3 or 4 days we had our camp. You see some new faces, some returning guys, some newer guys. It's competitive, like that blue and white game. It's still a game, kind of like today. Everyone was going, and guys worked hard tonight.
2 goals already in the preseason. Are you feeling like this is a big year for you and putting goals in the net?
Yeah, hopefully. We'll try and keep this pace up, but see what happens. Yeah.
Do you feel that pressure to take that next step, so to speak?
I mean, a little bit. I think pressure is a good thing. I kind of like the pressure. It's good. But overall, I think, like you said about taking a big step, it's just what happens after, a year. Every year you grow a year older in the league. And, it's definitely my focus here to, be better this year than I was last year.
Big year too, though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How much more comfortable for you from last year's game, just to where you were at this point?
Knowing everybody and coming in and seeing a lot of familiar faces and knowing how the whole staff operates, I'd say I'm a lot more comfortable and I feel a lot more confident coming in this year.
Talk about the difference in confidence level from a year ago.
From last year, for me, I think it was just the sudden change of scenery. I wasn't really expecting to play here last year, and I ended up making that decision, which I'm really happy I did. But now that I know that I'm here and I'm staying here and I know how everything works, I feel like just way more confident.
Being one of the older guys now, and you feel the need to sort of pass that wisdom on of everything you went through and to the younger guys to help them sort of settle in, or?
Yeah, I mean, everybody in this league knows what it's like to be here your first year, and there's a lot of unknowns, so I just try to make the new guys feel comfortable and welcome and let them be their own player and do their thing.
Talk about the difference from that first game up in Port Colborne with Niagara to this one.
It was probably, I think maybe we were a little more settled this game. I think honestly we played 2 good games, and I think we got better. We won this game against a good team, and it was both 2 fun games.
Does it mean anything to win the exhibition season?
Absolutely, I think it's Savvy talks a lot about making good habits and competing every night, and I think even though it's preseason, go out there and work your hardest and do what you're good at.
I mean, how do you sort of prepare yourself when you're still going through a battle, right, for the over 8 spots? I mean, how do you sort of just put everything out of your mind and just?
It's still another game, like I know what's at stake here, but it's another game, and we're not worried about it. Again, like I told you, it's not our decision who's on the team and who's not. It's like management upstairs. So all you can do is play your best and let them make their decision.
I mean, how do you feel? I mean, because you had the rookie year, then you had the whole year off, then you had to settle in last year. I mean, how do you feel as far as where you're at compared for a camp like this after everything you've sort of gone through the last couple of years?
I mean, it's just another season for me. I mean, just a little more experience. That's all you get from playing every year. So, I mean, hopefully everything works out.
What does that experience do for you?
It makes the game much easier. I mean, when you don't have any experience, you don't know what's upcoming. But I know I've played a couple years in this league, so I know what to expect. I know what it takes to win.
They talk about that here too, right? That goaltending can be the strength or can be one of the big strengths of this team. You feel that way too?
100%. If you have a hot goalie, he can take you far in the playoffs. Or if he gets going, he goes on a run. Your team wins games 2-1, 1-0. So you never know what can happen.
I mean, yeah, obviously growing up, putting a Spitz jersey on is something I've always dreamed of with my dad being around the rink and me walking around the rink as a kid. So it's obviously something special.
Do you feel like you've gotten right into it too? I mean, I know you weren't here for these whole Flint games, but I mean, you were in there tonight and not afraid to do any kind of battle to protect the teammate or protect yourself.
I mean, yeah, obviously that was something I knew I had to do coming into Windsor. There's a lot of young, skilled guys here, and now that I'm 18, this would be technically my 3rd year in the league. I feel like I'm an older guy, and I feel like when I came in at 17, I wanted somebody to be there for me. So obviously I wanted to protect Marty there at the end and make sure him and the rest of the boys know they're safe.
Your dad's old defensive partner, so.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously they played together. My dad told me before I came to camp saying, "Oh yeah, me and Marty's dad played together." I had to stick up for him 1,000 times, so thought I'd keep the trend going.
Can you talk about? I mean, I know it's your 2nd year in the league and so forth, and you're still settling in here. But do you feel like you're settling into the league as much as anything too?
I mean, yeah, obviously I feel a little more comfortable out there. Last year I didn't feel as comfortable. I felt like I was still a slower young kid, big kid, but not as good as a skater, and that's something I worked on in the summer and stuff. So obviously that's a big thing for me is my skating, and I feel more comfortable out there and confident for sure.
This is a good win today? This is good?
I mean, yeah, obviously there's a lot more guys in today. Obviously Renwick was out, Curry was out, Abraham was out, but obviously it brings guys together when you win at home.
Do you feel like because you're one of the older guys that you have a little bit more pressure on you?
I mean, I wouldn't call it pressure. I think the main thing for me is just coming into the rink every day and trying to put a smile on somebody's face, because I know when I was 17, that's what I was looking for, is somebody to come up and talk to me, so I try and engage with the young guys as much as possible.
What's it like to be at home?
I mean, obviously it's fun. I get to live with my mom, who I got to live with for a bit. I've usually lived with my dad, but I got family and friends here, so they're always going to be at the games, and they'll be supporting me throughout the whole year.
Is there any pressure being DJ second playing?
I mean, obviously there's some stuff that comes with it. There's always people asking about my dad's stuff. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, he just tells me to play your game and play hard and don't be pushed around.